Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Friends from Work. I'm Tom, this is Sean, and on today's episode we are going to be reviewing Glass Onion. But before we do that, do us a favor, leave a like right now and subscribe down below. Do it because we finally have a mic stand back from me. We are back, baby. We're fucking professional again. Ain't no hand jobbing out here, all right? All right, but yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers.
Yes.
And then follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Links are on the screen and down below and all that good stuff. Other than that, Sean, I'm going to let you take the lead here. Give us a quick thoughts and feelings about it before we kind of break it down piece by piece.
It was kind of so-so to me. I didn't think it was too good or too bad. The plot was kind of predictable. Like, I know who did it all along, really, type of shit. There was a few twists and turns, but I feel like they were too early. Like,
felt quick.
Yeah, like the thing with the sister. I think he found out about it too early. I think if it was like at the end, I think it would have been more dope.
What do you mean?
Like, we found out that was her twin sister or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you find out like 25 minutes in, and then it's like the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a cool twist. I just thought it would. If I would have done it, I would have done it like 10 minutes before the movie was over. Reveal that they were working together, and that was her twin sister, and all that jazz. But like I said, it was just a little bland to me. Edward Norton was, he was quirky and funny as all. I thought Batista, he's getting a little better. I think
he is.
Batista's acting chops is getting better and better. He's making a run, hit The Rock, for the best wrestling actor.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like. I can't think of what her name is. The ditzy blonde chick.
Kate Hudson.
Hudson, yeah. I didn't really like Birdie. Yeah, I was gonna say Birdie. I didn't really like her character. She was like mad annoying the whole entire time.
Yeah,
like,
that was intentional.
I don't think she was. I know that, but I thought it was like sometimes supposed to be funny. I don't think she was funny at all.
No, she was annoying. But regarding your point for how like you knew it from the start, I had that same issue initially, but I like sat with it for a bit and gave it some thought. So I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. Compared to the first one, like you truly had no fucking clue who did it. This one was right in your face the whole time, but also it gave the aspect of like, okay, well now you're throwing slight curveballs. But I think that was the whole point of, because we were in the perspective of a Detective Blanc, who was like, oh, that's so stupid. That obviously it's not him. Like, I think I like that theme a little better.
He also kept saying the glass onion. It's right there. So yeah, I get that part. Is just
that was the whole overall theme.
It's like it's supposed to be a murder mystery, but I just feel like at all times we knew who it was. Like I just felt like we knew who it was.
Yeah, but I think that was the point too. In the sense, like you knew what it was. Like, oh, obviously it's so obvious it's him, but it can't be him. Like I think that was what they were trying to do. That's how I felt, and like I said, and I that's what I took it as. I didn't overthink it too much, and I guess I did, but in the way they wanted me to. I was really like just letting the movie. This sounds so like hippie, but like let the movie flow, like
let it happen, or whatever.
Yeah, like see how I felt.
I think like a movie like that, like I said in the first one, it was like you truly didn't know, and I think that's more of the appeal to the movie than the quirkiness.
Yeah,
I think they were like, oh, we're just all great actors, so it doesn't matter what we do.
True, yeah, that's understandable.
I mean, some of the plot was a little interesting. I kind of like the part where like we created a new fuel, like that was interesting. More interesting than like the goofy shit they were talking about. I wish they would have dived more into that, but I felt like that was just like an afterthought.
Yeah. So some of the pros I have for the movie, I think the pacing was really well done in my opinion. Even if like Sean it has mixed feelings
flow well.
about
like it went from scene to scene. It wasn't. It didn't.
I never felt low.
And like I said, it flowed. I thought it wasn't. Thought it was a lot less funny than the first one. I feel like nobody was really even that. Batista was a little funny. Edward Norton said some goofy shit sometimes, but it was just like no fun, really funny moments.
Yeah, I'll somewhat agree with that. In the sense of like it wasn't as funny as the first one. The first one was like really well done. I wish I rewatched the first one just so I can get a refresher. But I remember the iconic scene when Chris Evans was like eat shit, eat shit, eat shit, eat shit, eat shit, eat shit.
Yeah, there's nothing like that in the movie at all.
Like I said, but that was also like the roster they had on there were some really, really quality actors. They had some.
I don't know. I feel like these guys are. I mean, what was it? Daniel Craig, Kate Hudson, the chick from Step Brothers. I can't think of her name.
Oh, Catherine Hahn.
Yeah, she's a comedian. Yeah, Edward Norton. Obviously.
She was great. I loved her. Everything she does.
She was okay. I just think she wasn't really that. She was good as like the narcissistic politician, whatever. Like, but she's usually funnier.
Yeah.
I don't know who the black dude is. Is he famous? I know the girl is Janelle Monáe.
Leslie, Janelle Monáe. But wow, Ooh, excuse me, guys. Leslie Odom Jr.
So he's not. I don't know.
No,
He's
I'd say
not
B or
ringing a
C
bell. But
list.
everybody
He
else
looked
is like
yeah.
A-lister for
Yeah.
the most part. But like I said, nobody like for that cast. I think anybody was that funny. Nobody leapt out to me as being funny. The only really funny part I remember is the beginning with Batista and his mom, when he's
Yeah.
like acting like an alpha male, and his mom
Yeah.
slaps him.
He's like, sorry.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm sorry, mom."
Yeah. Well, one thing I will give credit for though for the movie, in my opinion, I think the foreshadowments and Easter eggs were really well
yeah,
done. I think
yeah.
that's one thing Ryan Johnson always does really well. That's the director and the writer. He always puts those Easter eggs really well done, even if you didn't enjoy it as much as the first one. It's pretty hard to deny, like the Easter eggs and foreshadowments and how he makes every scene matter, and you really have to listen or really pay attention. Like for example, when the whole drink exchange, I don't know if you noticed it when you first watched it, but I noticed that right away. He gave Dave Bautista or Duke in the movie that drink.
No, I did notice.
I noticed that.
I was meaning to tell myself when they do it to go back to see if he actually did
it did happen. Because I
Okay.
remember that. I was like, no, he didn't fucking trade it. I was like, I saw him hand it to him. Like, I remember that. And because I came into the movie, I'm like, I need to pay attention. And for the parts I didn't pay attention, I saw like, motherfucker, when they mentioned the pineapple for Dave Bautista, I was like, fuck,
remember
I
that.
totally
I
forgot
remember
about that.
But I didn't remember that's what killed him, though. When they brought it back up, I did remember him making a joke, but I thought it was just like a joke, like he didn't like it.
He didn't like it, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he meant he didn't like
Like
it.
I was saying, is like that. Johnson does that so well with Knives Out, and this is like that. Who cares? Like it sounds like a funny little quirky joke because he's such a weird guy or like such an alpha. Goes, I don't like pineapple.
Yeah.
You don't think about it, but then it kills him. Like it's just cool stuff like that. I know you didn't like it as much, but like I said earlier, the overall theme, like the obvious and stupidity, like it was the overall theme of the whole movie. Like when Detective Blanc was playing Among Us, he was like, well, "This is a stupid game. This is so simple." And then I believe it was this movie or the movie prior. He was talking about how he didn't like playing any of the murder mystery board games because they always felt so simple. Like it was like too ABC for him.
Yeah.
And he liked the complex. Oh, it's really hard to figure out, but I can figure it out. Like the stuff that can really lift his ego, and that's why he had difficulty
That was
with
one
this
of my
case.
favorite parts when he solves it right away. You're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's
He's
just
like,
so funny. Oh yeah, when they're doing the game.
Yeah, he's like, it was Birdie with the crossbow.
Yeah.
Because you stole her emerald or some shit. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
He just goes in and explains
It was
for
so
20
good.
minutes.
It was so funny.
He's like, you ruined my game now.
But regarding also with that, the theme was like he was a fraud, stealing ideas and unoriginality. Because when he went over like the whole tangent, his whole monologuing of, you keep making up fake words, and then the conversation of Lionel, and when he was talking with the other science staff on a Zoom call, he was like, "This is stupid." Like he kept saying all of his ideas are stupid. We're wasting time. He's like,
Yeah.
"No, because this NFT one works."
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah,
like stuff like that. That was like
I
a
remember that. Yeah,
foreshadowing.
when he was like, "Child equals NFT." And
Yeah.
he's like, that built this building.
Yeah.
It's like,
But yeah, like I said, I really like that. The, like made up words by Miles. Detective Blanc's metaphor is like, you brought everyone who wants to kill you. This is like turning off all the lights and shooting someone
Yeah.
with a loaded gun. Calm down. But yeah, like I said, I think that I really like that part a lot. Like I said, it was like the theme was really well done, and I agree with you in the sense.
I got, like I said, the theme was the glass onion, and they kept pointing out that, like, what's so magnificent about the glass onion is it looks complex, but it's the center's right there in front of you the whole time, and it's like, yeah, I get it, but it's still like, so the first one was just like more mystery. So
well, I think
I was expecting that, and
yeah.
I guess that's what they were like. Oh, that's what everyone's expecting.
Yeah,
so we'll
that's
make
exactly
it
what I was
so-
gonna say.
Well, I don't know. I'm more of a lean into what you're good at type of thing instead of
That's
trying to like
understandable.
do something new.
Yeah, that's understandable. I do agree with you with that. And I mean, I really don't have to. I agree with that whole point in the sense of that. I can't even.
And I don't think it was a terrible movie or the acting was
Yeah.
bad. I just think like they didn't do what that was so successful in the first one. So like, why shy away from that? Like, it was good. People really liked it. That's why you guys are doing another one so quickly. Like, why not just do something like that again? It don't got to be the same vein. Like, you could do some of this shit. Like, but I just like I knew it was Edward Norton from the jump. Like, I was like, whatever they're doing, it's like.
Yeah.
he's pretending like I said initially, I thought he hired Craig, even though he's pretending like he didn't. Then you reveal him. I'm like, then he's the one who killed the bitch. And
right.
Fucking, so, like I said, that part was just
meh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else I liked. I'm looking right here at my notes. I already said that series can be. Oh, I do think I think this series can do like a very long thing, like is it anthology? Is that the proper word?
Yeah, something like that.
Whatever, but they can do a very long series, they can go on and on because it's not really like a proper sequel. All it is just a new mystery. It's like what would you call it? A Black Mirror, that type of thing, where every episode's different or every movie's different, but it's still Detective Blanc on a case. And I think they could go on and on for that for a while. I think they can really do something good, and they could always make it different every time. And the movies are growing more and more popular. And I think the next one will be out of the park.
Yeah. I think they should go more back
to
the
quality.
Yeah.
I do agree with you.
The quality was good, and the acting was good. Daniel Craig was funny. Everybody was kind of. I wish it was a little funnier, and I wish there was more like confusion. Like there was more shock. Like, oh, what the fuck? Like this person did it. Like, nothing we found out was that crazy. I would say the craziest thing was that she was her sister's twin. Mm-hmm. And they revealed that like pretty quick into the movie. Yeah. I was like, I would have revealed that later if I was them. Mm-hmm. Like, that was going to be your big twist.
Right.
Because then their big twist was Edward Norton all along. It's like, of course it was him. Mm-hmm. He set this whole place up. You know what I mean? Like, of course it was him.
Yeah. Yeah, they can do another sequel. They can keep going with this, but as long as they keep the quality of the mystery and the attention to detail, like long term. Like if Rian Johnson can't do that long term, I would just say knock out another 2, maybe 3. I don't know how much he's got in him, but he doesn't seem like, I don't know about him too much, but I just kind of know the basis of him. But he doesn't seem like the type of guy to keep going and going just for the money. But I mean, some people do. I mean, so I hope.
I mean, they need the money because they definitely have to stay on the star-studded cast.
Yeah, because that's what makes it really good. With the first one is like you had all these A-listers. It wasn't like Chris Evans and then what's a show that's pretty like the guy from Reacher or something like that. Like you can't have like unlevel cast because then this guy's definitely a part of it. They had really majority A-listers with like 1 or 2 B, C, because then you really don't know. It's really hard to pick out, and that's what's benefit for them.
Well. Yeah, like I said, they definitely need to keep with the stars of the cast. I liked Edward Norton. Like I said, with Edward Norton, I thought they could have done something better. I think this is something that's like right in his ballpark, and I think he did a kind of a good job. I just think it would have been better if they would have like not made him the fall guy. Yeah,
I get that. I do. That was it wasn't a big issue for me. It was my initial qualm I'll have is like. It was like, oh, this is kind of in your face, but then that was the point of the movie. But I do agree they could have saved it. But I mean, I don't know. I think his goal is like you said earlier, is like just trying to go. Oh, you guys aren't expecting this. You're expecting some big intricate plot.
They're known for making the unexpected mystery. Yeah. But in their head they're like, well, you don't expect us to make it so how you expect. It's like so they're like fucking tricking themselves.
Right.
Like, no, just do what you did the last time. Like,
yeah. What I want to do. I really want to go back and watch this movie because I was looking up fun facts, and I'll actually read some of those off. The dawn that happened every hour? Yeah. That was actually Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It was. It was just because I was looking at I wrote down.
He said it was somebody.
Yeah, I forgot who. He said it was him.
He said Joseph. He's like, Joseph, somebody wrote that. But it wasn't Gordon. It wasn't Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Who voiced it?
Yeah.
It's him.
What I'm saying is, Edward Norton's character in the show when he's like, that dog noise, actually somebody so and so did it.
Yeah,
like, he name drops the person who wrote it for him, but it's not Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
But yeah, the guy who went dong every hour was him, which I thought was really funny because I was looking through the cast list and I was like, well, he wasn't in this movie. I would recognize his face, and he was like listed as hourly dawn voiceover. I was like, what the fuck? So that was always random. And then if one tidbit I thought was interesting, I kind of connected 2 and 2 together. you saw Claire or Catherine, the girl from Step Brothers. Her husband was calling her during that whole situation because I was when Dave Bautista died. That was at the same time because it got released that Andy died.
Yeah,
So he was calling her. So that was a cool little thing. I was like, "What the fuck is it?" He didn't matter, but then it was like a little small thing.
Makes sense.
And then I'm looking right here, the Ethan Hawke cameo. That was just a cameo.
Oh, that was funny.
That was random.
I wrote that down too. Yeah, Ethan Hawke. Because he was like a dick. He's like, "You're good."
Yeah.
He kept saying like, "You're good.
You're
Don't worry,
good.
You're good."
You're good. Daryl was just a pure cameo and created to be like a minor witness. Everything. The guy who just kept appearing. He's like, "Hi guys."
Oh, what the dude smoking weed?
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
It's so random, but it was I don't remember not the black cop from Atlanta, but the other one, the white one.
No.
But he was like a side character in that. That's actually Ryan Johnson's friend. I forgot to write his name down. But he's like he's gonna be like a cameo in like all of his movies. That's all it is. Just a cameo guy.
Was funny. I like when she's searching all the rooms. She goes in his room. He's like, "What's up?
What's up? Want to hang out?" Just shit like that. Or at the end of it when they're all sitting outside.
Yeah, he's smoking a joint with Daniel Craig, or
Yeah.
Daniel Craig smoking a cigar, and he just lights his joint. Yeah, that was funny.
Oh, the ending was pretty good because it reminded me of fucking Breaking Bad. When she threw down that shit, I thought everyone was gonna blow up. That was a plot twist.
Yeah.
Well, in the sense of like,
I knew that was gonna. I don't know. I thought the ending. Now we're there. Was kind of whack. I don't know. They all like, let's all like turn on them at the end. It's like literally the whole point of the movie was like they're not gonna turn on them. Like again, like. It was just super predictable. Again, we're like, oh, at the last hour, they're all like, "You're right,
yeah.
you're right." We're all gonna.
I didn't like the napkin burning thing. Like that was stupid.
I thought it was.
That was a cliche.
It was cliche, but I thought it was funny. The mess thing, like I thought that was a good way to end it. Where like I win, bitch. Like, like I thought that fine. I thought that would have been a cool twist to the ending, where it's like, fine, you did this predictable ending where he's a bad guy, but he actually never gets caught because he burned the fucking napkin. Like that would have been cool. Like I said, I thought it was just too. Like corny, like that was corny. Like it was him all along. He's the big bad guy. They catch him in the end because the sister of the dead girl convinces them all to betray him in the last hour. Like that was just really like cliche. I feel like that's something that happens in like the end of a kids show or movie.
Yeah,
like,
I will say that is
they all have a change of
that
heart.
is a cliche.
The power of friendship.
I was a little disappointed on that. That was a pretty cliche. No, I had a question, but I was reading it right now. It wasn't a good question. I was gonna say, was Ethan Hawke more than that? But he was really just a cameo.
I don't know, but he was funny though. I remember seeing it because I'm like, who the fuck was that? Because he was just like, "You're good."
Ethan Hawke.
It
was so random. Do you have any other final points? I have some final points, but I want to let you go first.
No, like I said, just like I think this next one they should go back to what they were good at. This was a solid movie. The acting was good. If I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10. I don't think it was terrible. I think it was just an average movie with some good actors, and I think they missed some opportunities to make it even better.
Okay. I really enjoyed this movie. I know Sean didn't like the whole cliche thing, but I think it was a benefit for aspects of the movie. I want to say the whole movie. I will say that aspects of it, like I said, I came into it, like I said earlier in this episode, of like, oh, okay, I really got to pay attention, and then it's you overlook the obvious if you're like. Majority of the audience, or a percentage of the audience, I should say, is watching it. It's like, okay, I got to pay attention because Knives Out, they're leaving Easter eggs, they're doing this and that.
No matter what you do, you're going to forget. But one thing that I forgot was that when they went back, when they're all in the pool and Batista's like, remember when you almost hit me with your car?
That was so, and then
he's like, Cooper Anderson's party, or Anderson Cooper's party.
Yeah.
And it's like you go by and you're like, oh, okay.
That was like, it was whatever. Yeah, like it was so good.
But yeah, I remember like that too. I was trying to tell myself like, that's why I knew that the black chick had sent Daniel Craig, because I was like, she's the only one to smell. Like we watched everybody open their box, like she smashed hers. Obviously, she just gave her letter to him. Like, shit like that.
One thing I have a question that just popped in my head: what the fuck was Edward Norton thinking, or was it? I wrote it down. Miles thinking the whole time of like, I thought she was dead. Like, was it because didn't he set up her body? If he killed her, like he set up the body, made sure she was dead, put her in a car, like make it look like it was suicide. So like, what was that? That wasn't really brought up.
Maybe he just probably thought she wasn't dead, and she probably, I don't know. I guess they never even go.
That was a plot hole. I forgot to write that down. Maybe it was a plot hole. Let us know in the comments, guys.
Well, because Batista gives him shows him the thing, and he's like that she's actually dead, and then he's like, oh, in his head, he's like, oh fuck that is good. Then he realized maybe that really is her sister, and she is dead, so we're good. But that's the only kind of time they
They
mentioned
never,
it.
yeah, but they never
Because
really.
that's when he kills Dave. Is after Dave shows,
Yeah.
or I forgot what his name is in the show.
Duke.
Duke. I keep going Dave, but that's when he kills Duke. After Duke shows him that it was released in the news that she was alive.
But they never. They've explained everything else. They never explained.
Yeah, they
like,
do. They don't.
His
Explain.
mindset was like, oh, she's alive, but it says he's dead. Like they never kind of broke that down. Like even they didn't even like give a hint to that. So that's another complaint I have. But overall, we have very different ratings. I give this a 7.8. I sat with it. I liked it. Pacing was well done. Cast was great. I do think the mystery could have been slightly better, but I enjoyed it because it was like a slight prank in the sense of like you're like like I said earlier, you go into it like I really got to watch every tidbit, really pay attention, and you pay attention a little too much, and then you just forget like the stupid little dialogue when Sean said earlier, talking about when Duke was like, oh, remember when you almost pancaked me?
Yeah, the car.
And he cut him off when he said, and he's like, Anderson Cooper's party.
Yeah.
And like stuff like that, or like little things like that mattered, but like, oh, it's whatever. It's Dave. They would do that. They pick the dumb people talking, and you just think they're making jokes and stuff, and then it really did matter. Yeah, so, I mean, is that everything for you?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I appreciate it. This is a little quick episode, guys. I hope you guys do enjoy. Before we head out, do us a favor, leave a like right now, subscribe down below. Let us know what you thought of Glass Onion. It is out now on Netflix, fucking obviously, if you're watching this. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Links are on the screen and down below. Other than that, I'm Tom. This is Sean, and we'll see you guys next episode. Take care.